John Snow was an English physician and a leader in the adoption of anesthesia and medical hygiene. He's considered one of the fathers of modern epidemiology, in part because of his work in tracing the source of a cholera outbreak in Soho, London, in 1854. His findings inspired fundamental changes in the water and waste systems of London, which led to similar changes in other cities and a significant improvement in general public health around the world. Robin Wilson released the cholera data in multiple formats during the bicentenary of the John Snow's birth. We are using this data in this application. This application attempts to visualize the map and other information from the 1854 London cholera outbreak. The application itself was designed using Shiny from RStudio. So we use the ggplot library for graphs along with Plotly. The map view uses leaflet and the location data from OpenStreetMap and CartoDB. We also use tidyr and jpeg libraries for their corresponding functions. The application itself is designed to be a dashboard, hence there is no scrolling. We can use the hamburger icon to show or hide the left nav pane. So the first dataset that we would like to see are the attacks and deaths that happened by date. There are two views here. The individual raw data shows attacks and deaths by each date. We can sort and filter by any of the columns here, and we can paginate through all the data. The scatter plot shows data that is available in table format, but it highlights the sudden increase in the number of deaths in the first week of September of 1854. We can now look at the fatalities by age and sex. We can look at a particular group by selecting the items from the legend. We can view this data as a stacked bars or side-by-side chart. The next thing that the application shows is the total UK census as of 1851. The data is similar to the fatalities group, except the age groups are in 10-year increments. Again, the data can be seen as a side-by-side graph or as stacked bars. We can also see the data for each sex by age group. So finally, we can see the total split. It is about 49 to 51%. John Snow's data has been visualized here in the form of a map that is plotted on a current map of Soho, London. Each of these icons represent the water pumps. Each dot represents one or more deaths that occurred during this period. The size of the dot represents the number of deaths that occurred. We have also tried to represent the same information on the original John Snow's map. This map has been adjusted by Robin Wilson to more accurately show the latitudes and longitudes. We can see all the water pumps in blue and the deaths that occurred in orange. It is so easy to see that all of the deaths that occurred happened around a specific area. Without prior knowledge of a reason for cholera, the people of London were perplexed and maybe even thought of other supernatural reasons for some of the deaths that spiked up during this time. By showing the data in map format and showing the relative vicinity to the water pumps, John Snow was able to persuade the government that cholera had something to do with water. Although this is correlation, we have to be careful to make sure that we do further investigation before we actually assess, before we actually attach the cause of an event such as this.